Hi everyone, Murdoch here, hope you're well. Now in this video I want to explain why I love my turn drill so much. It's so simple, you can do it at home, you can do it on the first tee, you can do it in the office, you can do it anywhere, and you don't need a club. It gives you so much feedback. Okay, so starting with a mirror where the camera is here. The turn drill gives you a posture check. You can feel, without the distraction of a club in your hand, the correct angle of which you want to stand to the ball. You can feel the tightness in the back of the hamstrings. You can see how the balls of your feet, kneecaps, back of the shoulders are all stacked up. That's your first check when you're looking at down the line. Front on. You put your hips down the target slightly. So if you're standing on a railway line, move your hips down the rail slightly, because your right hand is lower on the club than the left. This puts your spine tilt from being perfectly vertical to slightly angled away from the target. This little hip bump puts your right hip, right knee just inside your instep, your load point. So again, keeping your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your balls of feet down your target, make that little hip bump. Then in this position, when you're touching the top of your kneecaps, that's about the position you'd be when you're holding a 6-iron, 7-iron for most people, arms just hanging down. So in this view here, again, you've done your posture check front and down the line. Hands on shoulders. Now, think of a low ceiling now at this point, because your spine angle you've created here wants to be about 90 degrees to a club shaft if you're holding a club here. Remember, a pitching wedge, you're more bent forward. A wood, you're taller, ball further away, still 90 degrees between shaft and your back. You'll notice watching golf on TV that all the pros will stand very similar and very similar to this position I'm showing you. So front on, when you're in this position, touching the top of your knees, you maintain that spine angle now, and you can do that by thinking of a low ceiling. So your hands are on your shoulders. Remember that little hip bump to put your right knee and hip inside the instep? This helps you turn and create a load. So eyes on where the ball would be. Keep your eyes on a point on the carpet where the ball would be. Thinking a low ceiling. Remember, you're turning around your spine, you're feeling your right hip go behind you. So your left shoulder will come under the chin. Ready? Gently now. Gently feel the restriction right away on right knee and instep. Creating that turning point. Right hip will go behind you. And because of the angle in your spine, you'll turn behind the wall I talk about, where the ball position would be. Notice there's no sway. You've just turned, but because of your spine angle at address, you've created that nice turn behind the ball. Checkpoints. Shoulder will be coming under the chin. You haven't straightened your right leg. You've kept it soft braced. Right knee and instep are taking the pressure. You've turned your right hip. Can you see here how your body now is in a very similar position to that of the pros? Now, when you're looking at yourself in the mirror here, or window reflection in the office, you can understand the discomforts. You can understand if your back is a bit stiff, your lower back here, knee and hips, all these things you can relate now, and you can get an understanding of your limitations and capabilities. Here we go. So this is a full turn. Now remember, when you've added your arms and the momentum of the club, it will take you around a bit further. So a longer shaft will pull you around further. You keep the lower half in that solid brace, and you can create the winding restriction. So adding your arms now, you can see naturally your right hand will be above the left. So go back to this view and you can check. Eyes on the carpet, turning around your spine. Can you see how your arms are opposite right chest? This gives you an indication of where your arms want to be with the club. If you do this incorrectly, straightening the right leg, lifting up, can you see how I've lost my angles? My shoulders are too horizontal. The weight has traveled to the outside of my right foot, perhaps. Again, discomforts or injuries, limitations might cause you to do this incorrectly. Can you see if your body works incorrectly, it's going to throw the arms and the club off. So this is the core essence of the swing, in my opinion. You get the hub of the wheel working well, i.e. the body. It's amazing how the arms and club can follow. So again, there's the top of the backswing. Relate to these feelings as they become your comfort blanket when you add the club. This gives you a sense of, I've been there before, I've done this, I know what to expect. And you've got these lovely checkpoints of reference. So on the way through now, eyes stay down, left hook turns. You can feel the weight coming off the right side as you turn through. Really stretch out the left side, keeping your angles now. So mirror here, and you can see how again you can keep your angles and pass through a dynamic impact. Really clear the left hip. So again, if you've got tight glutes, tight top of the hamstrings, this is a good stretch for you while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. All right? You can feel the dynamic footwork happening. You can feel the loading into the right side, the clearing, and you can feel the ground force as you come off it. Again, add your arms, and can you see you've got your extension? Can you see how the right hand's on top of the left? There's the release. So it's not rocket science. So if you do this at home, in between meetings, in the hotel room, on the first tee, then add the club, you can give yourself a sense of what it is you want to try and achieve. The discomfort and uncomfortable feelings of the golf swing become relatable and become something that you strive for because you know it's correct. Anyway, it's one of my favorite drills. It's really not a difficult game in terms of the fundamentals. You keep it simple, you've got the best chance of playing great golf. Any questions, any comments, please leave below. Thumbs up if you liked it. I look forward to the next one. You take care.